Hey there, how's it going, peeps? This is Georgie Porgy, the Night Sky Ministries tarot reading, and you just tuned in. Today, we'll be doing a little tarot reading. We might be. First, we're going to be telling ghost stories. Ooh. Today's episode is episode 14, and it's season 1.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're going to be starting right now in a bit. For those of you that are new, please stomp on that subscribe button, smash that like button, and pimp slap that bell notification icon, and go to my front page right here on our channel, and you'll see our Instagram, our Facebook profile, and our PayPal, our red circle, and Spotify. PayPal is for if you can donate, please donate. I'd like to thank everyone who's given all the donations, anyone big or small. I'd like to thank you guys for blessing us with them donations, and you guys help us keep going and doing what we do. All right. Well, right now we have a guest coming into our show. She's right here. She's a good friend of mine. Her name is Liz. Also, we should be having someone come in so I can do a tarot reading for her. It's one of mine and Liz's friends. And
Hi.
yeah, so we'll get started. Go for it, Liz.
Hi,
Introduce.
guys. I'm like, what should we talk about? Should we start off about the other day when we went to go see about that place?
Whatever you want. I'm gonna unlock the door, so go ahead and start talking.
Okay. Well, the other day, I live in the same town as Georgie. I live in Raleigh. And the other day, I had a friend that she asked me if I knew anybody, if they know how to get rid of stuff, because, paranormal stuff was happening at her place. And I didn't really feel much. So I was like, okay, well, we can see. So I asked Georgie, and right away he saw it. You can take over what you saw.
Well, we walk into the place, and I already seen where it goes from the closet and walks through across the room and stands right in front of their bed. And when I said that, that's when Les said, "Yeah, that's exactly what they told me. They seen when they were sitting here watching TV the other night. They seen a shadow walk by. Yeah."
And then we were sitting there for like a good minute good few minutes or so. Um, what's it called? You invoke the spirit or whatever it is, and it wouldn't do nothing because it was just like scared, I guess. But with my friends, it likes to open the cupboards in the kitchen. It likes to open the refrigerator door, and it likes to watch them when they're sleeping in the bedroom. And so they've been staying in the living room because they're scared of it. And I'm just like, really? And so when they're in the living room, sometimes I like to close the door on them. Or we go somewhere, sometimes I take my friend with me and we go to the store or something. And then she's like, dude, before, it was the other day, we went to, I think it was Walmart, but it's like how we went and she went to go take something upstairs because she came downstairs to meet me. And when she went back, she's like, oh, dude, the door was closed. And when I left the apartment, it was wide open. I left it open. So there's like no reason for it to be, closed. And
Oh,
um,
their bedroom door.
yeah. So this happened like the day before yesterday or so. And then what else happened? Um, the front door was open. And they came back from, I believe she came back from like work or hanging out with somebody. And what's it called? The door, her front door of the apartment, which is the only entrance, was wide open. So, and then the light to to the little porch that they have, the light bulb was blown out. And then what else did she say? Um, oh, when we were there together, at the place when it was like knocking, doing its little knocks.
those little
It
those
was
little
like
weak
it wasn't
knots.
you. It was like I could barely hear it. I'm just like, really? That's it? I'm like, okay. And one of the times it decides to go behind me, and it moves the freaking blinds. I'm like, wow, okay. And I felt the coldness too, and I was like, okay. I'm like, you can get away from me now. And after that, it was just like peeping at Georgie because he said he would see it, and it was just like staring at Georgie. And what else? I
Oh,
don't
when we
know.
were walking on the way up to the
Oh yeah,
stairs, um, I asked, uh, well, okay, I felt like someone had died in that place across from where they live. So when we were in the apartment, I asked if what's it called? If a person died at that place.
oh yeah,
Like it could be them, but at the same time, I didn't think it was because you would know if it, well, okay, someone that is like me would know if it was a person or not.
yeah,
And at the same time, it could have just been that they just didn't let me see them because they were scared. But this thing was acting different than a normal person's ghost would. And but still, I asked, and Liz didn't know. And when I went to go smoke a cigarette outside, I was using a lighter that didn't work. So I seen one of the neighbors, smoking a little bowl outside, and I walked up to them and asked them if I could use their lighter to light my cigarette with, and they said yeah. And I asked, hey, did someone die at that apartment over there? And they said, oh yeah, why? I said, because I could feel them. I said when I walked by, I could feel them, and I felt like someone died in that apartment, and they told me that yeah, that they had died peacefully in their sleep. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, we uh I knew someone that died there, but I just didn't know, what was up, and I wanted to make sure. So yeah, that neighbor confirmed it. And then what's it called? When I walked back into Liz's friend's apartment, uh I sat down, and what's it called? It would knock here and there. It even stood in front of their bedroom door, and what's it called? You could only feel it, and I could see that there was something there in like shadow form, but what's it called? It wouldn't let me see what it was, and it was being a big, well, it was being a fucking big ass pussy for something that likes to scare people. Open up the cabinets and shit, and open up the refrigerator door like your friends had told us and stuff. It was being a big fucking pussy. And usually spirits are, unless they're not really like trying to hurt anybody, that then it's a little different. But when they're being dumbasses and stuff, those are the ones that like to hide and be fucking big pussies. It's a trip. They act different than what a human spirit would act like. Yeah.
yeah. One of the days, my friend's husband, I was hanging out with her because she didn't want to be by herself. And one of the days he got home from work, he set his bag down and he set it like at an angle against the chair, so it wouldn't move. And then he went to go say hi to her and everything. And then like the backpack, like after a few minutes, it just like tips over. We're just like, okay. We're like, whatever. And my friend's like, you know how she gets even like with everything that you had told her. Like she
Oh
was
yeah,
rolling her
she was
big ol' eyes.
scared.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, just stop being scared. But no, she gets scared easily.
And yeah, that's what it likes. It likes that they're scared and they want to go sleep in the living room and stuff. But
Mhm.
really, they have to be dominant and put their foot down and tell them, hey, this is our place. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I wanted to give a shout out to the people that just tuned in. Sonia, what's up, Sonia? Much love. Says hi. Just got back from Wally World. Yeah. And then Iris says hi and hello. Hello, mate. Much love to you guys.
Hi.
So, but yeah, man, they should have called me by now, and they still haven't hit me up or hit me up on Messenger. Even your other friend that had said that she wanted me to do that spell for her still hasn't hit me up. You know, hey, what's up? But yeah, they haven't hit me up or nothing. I got Liz here live with me.
Is that my
Your
friend?
own Liz. Yeah.
Hi.
Liz is here. Watch. Go ahead and come over here and look. Say hi.
Hi. You gonna take me today? Hi.
Yeah, what's it called? So what do you think? You think they're gonna hit me up as soon as they can? Because I'm not using my spidey senses right now. I'm
I
just
know.
shooting the shit with you.
I'm like, honestly, I don't know.
Uh-huh. I
Most
got a
likely.
feeling your other friend that's from Calexico will hit me up
Mm-hmm.
as soon as she has the money to
Okay.
donate.
Uh,
But the couple, I think they keep fighting with each other, and what it is, this is what I'm feeling. It's almost like they keep getting distracted.
mm-hmm. Um, what's it called? When they fight, they like to just go out and whatnot. So I don't know. And
Bless her.
then they have like their other stuff going too.
So yeah, I think what it is that thing at their place is causing things to happen to distract them from having me go over and
Yeah, that's what I
make
was
it leave.
thinking. I was like telling her too. I was like, "You need to message him. You need to message him already. Have you messaged him?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll message him in a while, or I'll message him later." I'm like, "Have you messaged him yet?" And I even went to go get like like some of the supplies that you asked for, and I was like, "But I haven't seen her try to get the supplies either, so I don't know."
Yeah, I think that's what it's doing is, but see, that's the thing is, that's why I sat there for what, like 2 hours explaining all kinds of stuff to them and letting them know like they like to make you fight, they like to get you scared, you know,
Mhm.
that they will distract them to cause drama so that they can act out and then leave and make it to where they're not going to hit me up to go over when really it should click in their mind like, hey, this is why this is happening. We should just hit up George and have him come over and have him, clean this place out of any spirits. So that way it's all empty and we can just continue to, be happy and enjoy this place,
Mhm.
Otherwise, it's just gonna keep on and keep on and keep on and make them split up, you know.
And the thing too, I told her when she first moved, I was like, make sure to cleanse that place before you move anything in, because you know how they say like when you move anywhere, you're supposed to cleanse the place first thing first before moving anything in.
Yeah.
And she didn't do that, so they
Well,
never listened to me. I think
I guess they like to learn the hard
but
way.
Daisy said that she thinks she knows why.
What was
But
that?
my friend Daisy, she said that she thinks she knows why.
Oh, go ahead, say it.
Okay, so she told me one time that she grew up as a Christian. She grew up in a Christian home, and I was also a Christian as a child. So I can tell you that we're taught that, that's not the way to go about it. Like, you're supposed to pray for the house and cleanse it that way. So I think that she's like battling with her beliefs and her like faith. Like she has a part of her where like I think she feels like it's wrong. And I think that's what's holding her back.
Well, when you need to do something and you're desperate and you want it done, if you're serious about it, you're gonna get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Belief or no belief, if you're serious about it and you're desperate, you're gonna do what you need to do to get it done. Someone who's so Christian will then go and tell your church so that your church can go over and cleanse it. And if that doesn't work, well, hit me up.
And I had told her too, like make sure to get your priest or whatever. I'm like, go tell them to go bless your house since you're barely moving there. Do it because that's your belief. You know, that's how we grew up. Like even for Catholic, I grew up to like hey, bless your space. Before you move in. And Sharina, she didn't listen. So I was like,
Yeah, but also she did tell us, if she was really so Christian, why did she have that friend of hers go over there with sage and smudge it,
yeah.
but yet they didn't know what they were doing?
And I did it. It was funny too because I did it before I went. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So it shouldn't be, that the way I see it, it's not that it's that they're struggling with their beliefs. What it is it's distracting them by making them fight with each other and then making them have to go and do things. We all have schedules to meet. We all have, we're all busy. It's putting things in the way from them to be able to hit me up and have me go over and cleanse that for them.
Sorry, my phone's too low and then it's too high. So
All right. Well,
if
right
I'm
now,
asking you to do her cards, I'm gonna go
yeah.
do something for my brother really quick and I'll be back. But Daisy will be here.
All right.
Okay.
All right. It's time for your cards.
I want to see what the fuck. What's the fuck? What's the fuck?
Yeah, you can say what the fuck. Well, I'm not being monetized right now.
Wait, are you on?
Yeah, I've been live. Yeah, this whole time I'm live, but it's all right. So you can say what the fuck, shit down, or like in Donnie Darko, go suck a fuck.
I don't know.
I'm like, I heard that one.
On live.
Oh yeah, you don't have to. You can, if you speak this loud, they can hear you. If you speak this loud, they can't. Okay.
My friend I introduced me to.
Go ahead and tell another ghost story. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on mute so she can say exactly what she wants to express right now because it's
Yeah.
it's personal. But the reading will be okay. No one's gonna figure out like, oh, this and that, but she'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on mute and go ahead and tell one of your paranormal experiences, but make sure to talk loud because what's it called? Your phone has a smaller camera on it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to talk a little bit louder, so that way it picks everything up.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
Which one should I say?
I don't even know how many you have.
Yeah. Okay, where my friend works at right now for the company. I used to work at the same company, so that's how we met. And it's like right there, a lot of things would happen. I would always feel different things. So one of the things I remember most is like the first couple of years. I guess there's this lady that I would take care of, and she would say, "Oh, look at the lady down the hallway," and she would always say it every single day. And she was like, "Oh, she's wearing a blue dress. Oh, today she's wearing a white dress." And so I would always be like, "Oh, okay." And but I didn't feel like she was bad because sometimes I would just feel like warmth, like if she was nearby when she would tell me, I'd be like, "Oh, okay." Like I didn't feel like no harm from her. And it's like there was like other times too, like when my friend, one of my coworkers had me look for something outside to turn off the water, I think, and the lady told my coworker, like, "Oh, there's the lady with the white dress. She's right there, but she's right there." And my coworker freaked out, and I was just laughing. I was outside, and I was like, "What?" She was like, "Don't come in. Like, don't. Just wait." And I was like, "Why am I gonna wait?" And I just like opened the sliding door, And then the old lady, she was like, "Oh, the lady with the pretty dresses, she was wearing a blue dress. She was right here." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Okay." And then like, so she would always see that lady with the blue dress, and other residents, they would see the lady with the dress too, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, there's a lady with a pretty dress." That's like, part one of working there. Another time, um, oh wow, I was napping at work. I wasn't supposed to be napping, but I was on my break, and one of the times, like, I don't like sleep heavy when I'm napping, so I just like close my eyes, rest them, and then when I like looked up, I just randomly see like a head, like a lady with like really curly hair. It was gray hair, and then like she just looked at me, and then she just like shaked her head all crazy, like no. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just turned away, and I just like closed my eyes, and I was like, I was like, I'm not gonna see her no more. So I was like, and then you know, my my break finished, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna clock back in and get back to work. Um, what's another thing? One of the times there was this lady. She she used to have like really bad dementia, and most of the time she was okay. But one of the times, like she had a really bad night. But most of the time, with me, she was mostly there. But one of the nights she couldn't sleep at all, and what's the car? So we sat her up. We pushed her to the living room, so she can watch us bake in the kitchen. The kitchen's really big, so I was on one side of the counter, and my coworker, a different coworker, was on the other side of the counter, and we were just fixing the cookies how we were supposed to. The company would make us do cookies for a doctor's office and whatnot. And then out of nowhere, the older lady, she was like, "Oh, there's a man with overalls standing behind your coworker." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And she was like, "Yeah, he wants a cookie too." I was like, "Oh, okay." So we got another little plate, and we put two cookies, and we left it on the counter for whatever was there. And then so we kept continuing baking, and making the cookies, preparing them. And then a little while later, she was like, "Oh, look at the thing over there." I guess it was like dancing, like it was moving around in the plants, and it was like jumping around. And then uh, that noise is my dog, okay? But anyways, so the lady was like, "Oh, look at that thing," and I was like, "Oh, well, we can't see it. What does it look like?" And she said it was a little small thing like that, and it was just like going around the little plants, and then she said that there was like a choir in the kitchen, so that there was like a bunch of faces. At that moment, my coworker, she took a picture of the kitchen area, and there was a bunch. She took it with flash on and flash off, and both of the pictures, there was a bunch of smiley faces, and I was just like, okay. But she had the pictures on her phone, so I didn't have them. Um, but we counted at least 10 to 13 smiles in that picture. That house had a lot of activity. Um, what else? I don't know what else to say. um, oh, one of the times I was working with a different coworker. It was towards the end when I was working, and um, we were just taking our breaks, and we were sitting down, relaxing before we started our next rounds. and what's it called? Out of nowhere, she was on her break, so she was FaceTiming her friend, one of the other girls that worked with us, and then out of nowhere we hear a blood, like a blood curdling like scream, and it was just really loud, and I was just like, okay. So I was like, oh shit, one of the ladies probably fell. So I was like, let's go check on them. But they were all freaked out. They're like, no, don't leave me here by myself. And they were just like grabbing onto me. I'm like, you guys are fine. Let's just check on the residents. What if they fell? And but everybody was sound asleep. Nobody was like, moving around in their sleep or anything. And what else? That's like one of the different nights. When you get to that place, it's like you can feel that's like, I don't know, like you can tell like there's stuff going on. It's sometimes really dark, and you're just like, oh, it's too dark here, and I'm like, hold on, you guys, I need to take something away from my dog.
Yeah, after I read this person's cards, then I'll go ahead and read the cards for Scorpios. But what's it called? My friend right here said that they have a few ghost stories too. But before they say any of their ghost stories, they're gonna put their face on and stuff because they're not wearing their war paint right now, and they need to wear their war paint before they come out to go to war. Okay.
Yeah, that place is like really freaky. Like it's so dark, like you can feel like somebody's watching you. Or just like, ugh. But yeah, one of the times one of my coworkers, he had said that his, he was going home for the night, and he got off at 11, and he was going to the car, and that his mom and him, they both saw like, like just like a floating shadowy like figure of a woman, and she was just like walking across the lawn, and then like she just disappeared, and I was like, okay. And he had stuff going on too. One of my other friends, she worked with me too. One of the times she worked with that guy, and what else? They worked together, and then one of the rooms was vacant. Like there was like nobody in there, and they the guy swore that my female coworker, my friend, was in the room sitting down in the chair, and then she thought that my guy coworker was sitting down in the chair in that same room, and they're like, "Were you in that room? How was your break?" And da da da, and they're like, "No, I wasn't in there." And they're like, "Oh shit!" So they just like did the whole pairing together because they were scared to go alone. What else?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of reading the tarot cards for her. So go ahead with your stories.
I'm
It's
trying to think
cool.
what else I have.
Because I've been listening and I was like, oh, I remember that one. She told me that one before.
Excuse me. One of the times I used to work at this trekking school with my friend, and one of the times she feels stuff. A lot of the times she sees, feels, and one of the times um, we were just working, or I think I was visiting her because I wasn't working with her anymore. And she's like, Lisa, I can't move. And then I don't know where you just like get a smell of cologne, and then you get a smell like like a cigar or something. And she's like, I can't move. I'm like, well, come on. So I just like opened the door so whatever was there can just like leave, because I was like, you're not welcome here, leave. And after that, the cologne smell, it went away. What else? That same friend, she lives out of town. She used to live here in Raleigh. At Remember her old house? And that house, it's kind of by the library. And she said that it used to be like a living facility too. It had like maybe like 4 or 5 bedrooms downstairs, and then it had like an upstairs, like just one room, and it had access to the roof and stuff. But that room, that housing, it was like a lot of stuff would happen there. Um, like one time we went during the broad daylight, and you could feel like there was something there, and it was in the kitchen. And but like it wouldn't bother me, but it would bother my friend a lot because she was like, she would say she wouldn't be scared, but she was always scared. Daisy's been there too, and it was pretty scary, huh? Um, but would you feel there when you would go?
I think, I don't know, I just went one time. But since it was a party, it was like pretty distracting.
Yeah. That example, sorry.
I'm just remembering what happened at the party. That's a story for another day.
Yes. Like pretty much there was like an after party from the bar at the house and whatnot, and there was like a fight after. That's I don't know. Yeah. Um, but every time that friend she moves somewhere, all her houses, like something always follows her. There's something always going on. Um, I don't know. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other things that have happened to me. What else have I told you?
Can't remember anything.
I'm drawing a blank here. I don't know, you guys. In my house right now. When we first moved to this house, and this used to be my grandpa's house. But this house, it used to be one lot, but it's divided into now.
Someone else has been spying on you. Okay.
It's like Alex's high school boyfriend. That's kind of annoying because he had like a girlfriend.
Was that an accident?
I know. Was that an accident?
Yeah, that was an accident. Go ahead and keep telling your story. I did not mean to
You can tell.
No, I'm not reading your cards right now. You're like, woo, someone's spying on me. But yeah, that was just a paranormal thing. Like I wasn't touching the laptop or anything right now. It just did it by itself.
That's to know it's spying on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and continue with your story because I want to hear it. I was like, yeah, you got ghosts at your house.
Well, a long time ago, this house, like this lot, used to be just one, with the house next door. And what's the call? They said that it belonged to, I don't know. Yeah. But I don't want to be disrespectful, but like, they said that it was Chinese people that lived here, and what's the call? They had their house that burned down, and then years later, my grandpa had bought this this full lot, And then what's it called? So in order to pay for this, to build the house over here, he gave away the other half of the lot. And then what's it called? They even had like a little, what is it? Not a basement. What kind of? What's the other one?
The attic?
No, the basement, but on the outside. I can't think of the word, but it was like a basement, and they had to cover it up because my my family, my mom's brothers and sisters. It's a lot of them, so they didn't want no kids to go down there. And when they opened it to cover it up, they said that snakes came out of the hole, so they killed it. And they're just like, well, that's like not good. And then sorry guys, I'm reading Iris's comment. It says, I found my tarot cards, but I'm too scared to play around with them. Laughing my ass off. Sonia said, no need for fear, Iris. Yeah, don't be scared, Iris. Just, get a feel of them and you'll be okay.
Yeah, tell them how you read the tarot cards and stuff, so that way Iris can get more pumped up. Hearing it from a female.
Iris, I'm not a pro or anything. I have cards, and the way I do it, I just like shuffle them, and I don't even do them how you're supposed to. I didn't get them how you're supposed to, like people give it to you your first deck, the person gives it to you or not. I was just really drawn to my first deck when I went to Spencer's. I got it there, and like I just like would shuffle, and then I'll just see what it is, and it's just telling you what you need to know. What else? What do you think? Any advice for her? I'm like, you're really good too. Yeah. Like at first I was actually kind of scared to play around with it because I grew up, not play around with it, but like just see what they are and whatnot. I grew up Catholic, so they how they say like don't use divination tools and don't do this. Iris says, I feel like a ghost will attack me. LOL. I always think negative.
No.
No, you can't think negative. You just gotta think positive, and before you use it, just put it out there that you only want your higher guidance to help you, and just positive things only, and you should be okay. What else? I don't know. Like, I'm not a pro, but I feel like you'll be okay.
You should show them your collection of cards.
Oh,
I knew you were gonna say this. I told her I'm like, I don't really want to, but he's gonna put me out there.
Oh, they're really right there, huh?
I have them over here. I'll show you my first deck. These were the cards that were my first deck that I got like really intrigued to get them. I don't know. I don't know like the name of it. It's just like a random. See?
Yeah, they're just a generic tarot card.
They're just generic, but they're kind of like more earthy, like an earthy feel.
They're just called tarot cards.
They're just called tarot cards on the box. And
Really, it doesn't matter where you get them from. You could get them
Yeah.
from China, wherever.
Just
It's
as
the
long as-
spirit that's gonna speak. So
Mhm.
hell, you could draw up your own tarot cards if you want and shuffle.
And I don't really use these that much. I don't feel like I connect to them too well. Which ones do you feel like connect to the angel ones? Huh?
Yeah.
I connect more to the angel cards that I have. I'll show you right now. And they're the oracle cards. Let me look for them. I keep my cards in a pencil case. I have a collection since I was little. I don't know, for some reason I always like to collect cards. I don't know what happened to all my cards from when I was little, but I used to collect cards. These are the ones that I connect to the most. Brianna says, I love angel oracle cards.
Yeah, they're the best.
These are the romance angel ones.
Oh my god, that's my favorite deck. I need it.
George, you were saying that he wanted these cards too.
I just want to say something. If anybody's watching and you guys are into Doreen virtue cards, you better hurry up and get them because she recently she how do you say it? She converted to Christianity, so now she's against her oracle cards and she's trying to get rid of all of them. So they're no longer producing them. So if you want them, I would get on board and get them on Amazon ASAP.
These are the cards. I don't know. They're so pretty. And usually I'll just shuffle them. And I'll just shuffle them like whatever. Whatever way feels comfortable for me. Sometimes I'll shuffle them like this. Sometimes I'll shuffle them, just going like that. Sometimes I'll shuffle them just going like this. It just depends how you're comfortable. And just have it that your intention to be, to get your advice that you want. Well, not that you want, that you need to get. I'm like, because you could get, the advice that you want, but it's not going to be true. Should I pull a card for you?
Sure.
Let's see.
Yes. I'm having relationship problems.
If you guys are just tuning in, my friend, she's like next to me. She doesn't want to come out.
Well, show me real quick so they're like, I don't know who the heck is talking. Hi.
This is Daisy. Ever says, do me. And before that, she put, that's the one I have. These, girl, don't be afraid of these.
Yeah. They don't even say anything negative.
Let me do Daisy's first, and then I'll do yours. I'm just gonna put out like 1 or 2 cards.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a pro.
Love, bro.
I just like pick them out like that. I feel like she needs another one. Okay, the first one says soulmate. This is your. Yes, this is your soulmate.
Oh God.
I don't know what she asked, so we'll find out after. The second one is religious factors. And it says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And then the third one is honeymoon. And it says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. You always get these cards too.
More like holiday time apart.
Mhm. This is your vacation.
Hi, Sonia.
Oh, wait. Very soon, Daisy.
Very soon. Clearly decide what you want to do so that it comes to you.
This is what she got. The very soon card.
Very soon what?
Very soon, whatever you want, it's gonna come to you.
Very soon my soulmate will come and we're gonna go on a honeymoon.
Yes, your soulmate's gonna come, but you guys got some issues between you guys. And then you guys will go on your honeymoon. You see, I'm still learning, and I just kind of go like whatever feels right. And like I don't really use the booklet. Sometimes I do. I'm like I like it, but I'm just lazy. That's why I don't practice every day. I know I should. So who did I say? Iris?
You are doing great.
Thank you, Iris. This is Iris. Need to hear right now. Oops, this is happening. Okay, skip. The first one says, let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. This one's for Iris.
Somebody is being controlling.
And it says, forgiving and learning as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So you gotta forgive so you can, heal. And so you can learn too. And if you do that, you're gonna enjoy the honeymoon. You'll be able to enjoy yourself. It says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So whatever issues are going on, you gotta forgive and learn from whatever's going on. And you'll be able to enjoy yourself. Let me get one more for you, Iris. It says, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I hope that's what you needed to hear, Iris. Iris put, yay, thank you. You're welcome, Iris. Hi. And the Hawaiian goddess.
This is gonna turn into your podcast.
No.
Everybody's like, okay, I need a reading now.
And who else do we say? And Brianna?
Who else needs a angel card? Maybe you should draw 3 cards and tell them to choose one, and then you're like,
How about you do it?
no. And then you tell them, oh, if you chose number 3, this is what it is.
Nah. You can do it. You can use my cards today. Or did you bring yours?
No. I like the one. I would like one. The Hawaiian goddess wants a card.
Okay. I'm gonna do Brianna first. Didn't want to shuffle today.
Okay, her name is Bray. I don't know how to pronounce that. Bray, and she's a Libra.
Brea. Her name is Brea. Okay.
Hello, my fellow Libra.
Okay. I guess this hard too.
Yep.
So Brianna, 1111. These popped out for you. It says, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And then it says, engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment.
Wow.
And then it says, separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. And it also says, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So whatever issues you got going on, you gotta heal yourself. Let me pull out one more for you. It says, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So you gotta do that so you can move on. So you can move forward. Okay, Bria, let me do yours. If you guys hear airplanes, I live by the airport, so don't mind the noise if there's noise.
That's exactly what's going on. I'm going through it very good. Thank you.
You're welcome, Brianna. I'm glad I can help, and hopefully you're able to heal soon.
You're so cute.
Thank you. This one's for Bria.
I think we're gonna start our own channel.
What do you guys think? Should we start our own channel and collab with Georgie? Excuse me. Okay, Bria, yours says reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Iris, yeah. Yes, do it. I'll subscribe. And it says chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And then it says trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Brianna, yeah, start a channel with lots of hearts, different colored hearts. And one more for Bria. I hope I'm saying it right. It says new love. A new partner has stirred your romantic feelings. So you'll reconciliate with somebody. You have chemistry, but you gotta have trust, and your new love will come.
Oh no, that's me. I'll message.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Bye,
Peace out,
friend.
dude. She said she's gonna message you. That's why I unmuted it.
The Hawaiian goddess says, which is Bria, she says, yeah, haha, I've been getting these cards in my other readings. I just got out of a relationship I met this new guy, but there's no communication right now. He's coming back with a yellow heart and the angel smiley face.
Yeah, when I read her cards the other day, they said that he needed to apologize to her.
And it did say forgive. I already shuffled it. It did say. And Georgie, do you want me to put cards for you?
Who was next though? Was it Iris or Brianna or Sonia that was next? That way you can do theirs, and then yeah, I'll let you pull out some cards for me. Yeah, I remembered Hawaiian Goddess. I remember everything. My brain is a big nerd.
I'm looking in the comments.
Iris, you will have love. You have to change the way you think though, and stop being scared of everything.
Does Sonia want me to do one?
Sonia, you want her to do your cards?
Iris, I am a big baby. You need to stop. be a baby, but don't be a big baby.
Yeah, do Sonia's cards. Do Sonia's cards. She said
Okay.
me. LOL.
Let me see.
You are in a chat room. This is a different type of tarot reading channel. Everything's different each and every time. Yesterday we went on a joyride in Vegas.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I feel like I need 4 for her. The first one says attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. It has this picture.
Woo.
Excuse me. And then it says children. Your love life is being affected by children.
Yeah. Kids come first.
And it says, let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others.
Yeah. I'm helping you.
Mm-hmm. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you.
Yeah, we know who that is, Sonia. We just talked about him earlier.
One more. It says, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I don't know. Mm-hmm. These two are popping up. Because it says true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. A new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings.
Woo.
That's it.
That was a good little thing.
And by the way, today's show is sponsored by chocolate milk. Yeah.
And hot tea because I have a cough. So who's next? Georgie?
Yeah, do mine.
Or Georgie? What things do you need to hear? guess the number is 4 today.
That's
The
a good
first-
number.
The first one, separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So you've been through, separation right now.
Yep, I've been in a separation.
Again with this card, religion factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path.
Yeah, they don't like me because I'm an occultist.
Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life.
Ooh.
And it says flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. I'm like,
Yeah,
you do that.
I'm gonna start flirting.
This one. Says attraction too. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully.
All right, so just enjoy, being in the moment, and I'm gonna attract some love, huh?
I'm taking pictures of me. I have paparazzi over here.
Celebrity, honey.
But yeah, just enjoy the moment. Be yourself. You'll attract the love. Again with this one, the engagement card.
Dang, I'm gonna be getting engaged again.
I don't know. Attraction, engagement. So whatever you're gonna attract, whoever, engagement.
I'll invite all y'all to the wedding.
Huh?
I said I'll invite all of y'all to the wedding.
Hey, that'll be the wedding that I'll be my person then.
I'll have a tarot reading booth that you can be kicking it at.
So what else do I do now?
And thank you, Hawaiian Goddess. She says, LOL at night sky. You're super cute. You need love. We all do. Yup, yup, yup.
Iris, I'm down.
Iris, you're going to be sitting next to Eliza reading some tarots also. Watch.
Should I pull up the fun cards?
Yeah. Have any of you guys seen those cards before? They're fucking trippy and cool.
Have you guys heard of this? The Rebel deck? The Oracle cards? They're hilarious. They're different colors, and they have a little phrase on the front. And they also have a phrase on the back. I read the first couple of ones.
They're like tarot cards with attitude.
Yes. The Rebel deck. This one says, make better fucking choices. If you're pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. Awesome cards. And this one's a different color, but it's the part of the deck that says, have you eaten? You're acting like a big ass baby. And it says, you need food in your belly. Eat a fucking taco.
It reminds me of that stupid Snickers commercial.
And it says, believe what you see. Face reality or live in fucking La La Land. Choose bravely. Laugh. Where the fuck is your sense of humor?
For reals, man. People need to remember laughter.
And it says, stop Fucking whining. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it.
And that's for anyone that watches this video in the future. Stop your fucking whining.
Take a shot. Don't take 12. Take 1. Okay, maybe 2. Move on.
I think we all need a shot, huh? I need a shot of whiskey.
It says, fuck. Shit is about to get real. Fuck. You need your people around you. What the fuck? It says, you got a feeling you just can't shake. That little voice inside you, listen to that shit.
Yeah, that's the intuition.
I think it's telling me something because it says stop talking. Shut your mouth and listen. So it's your turn to talk, Georgie. But yeah, there's a bunch of different cards. I forgot how many are in here. It doesn't say, but yeah, this is the package. Anything else, Georgie?
Let me see. What other deck was it that you had that I said that I had liked?
Well, it was the Romance Angel one, which I was reading earlier.
Uh-huh.
I have a couple more. Hold on. Oh, I did the Loteria once with Daisy over here. She's the one that got me into doing Loteria. Where are they at? I also have this deck.
Yeah, pull a few from there for collective.
And I have this deck.
Yeah, that one's awesome too. That's the Loteria ones. You guys can use any cards, so you can do tarot reading or oracle reading. You can do it. Yeah, even a regular deck of poker cards.
I have this one too. I have quite a collection, you guys. And I have this one. And you want the therapy one?
And Sonia says, thank you a lot for reading me.
You're welcome. Like anytime.
Yeah, Sonia, this is another homie of mine that like you guys should like trade information with each other. What I'll do is I'll give her your Facebook account and then I'll give you her Facebook account so you guys can add each other and talk to each other because you're both cool as fuck, man. So
Thank you. Yeah. It's hot out here. And it's probably the tea.
and Iris says, give her my Insta. I promise I will. And Sonia says, yes, of course. Go ahead. Feel free. I will. I'll hook you guys up.
Let me clear my space really quick. Too much going on.
Do you remember MySpace?
When the little things would fall down and they can make it glittery, put your music, your little playlist. Yeah.
I missed that, man. Like Facebook sucked compared to how MySpace was.
Your top 8 friends. Huh?
MySpace was cool.
Your top friends. How come I'm not on your top friends?
I forgot about that.
I know.
And everybody misses it. Hawaiian Goddess says that was the shit. I missed that. And Sonia says, yeah, MySpace when you can put music on your profile. Kind of miss it. And then Iris, I'm too young to remember that. Bullshit. Fucking MySpace is still up. It's either you were in or you're not.
I forgot my password to that. But I still have it, but I don't remember my password. I'm like,
The Hawaiian Goddess says, I was born in 1998 and I had my MySpace. You see? It's not about age. It's about either you were in, you were one of the cool kids on MySpace, or you weren't.
MSN Messenger. I used to have a friend. She would make me go on Messenger with her, and she would make me be in a group chat with her and like her crush. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Band, bass planet.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. But she was. I was in band in high school. But anyways, she's a total something else, and she would always have me go on there and chat with them, and we would just be like, so. Okay.
I forgot about these pens.
Oh,
They're so cool.
the pen my mom has right here. It has a stylus, but do you guys remember these? The different color ones?
I almost thought it was one of those G's pins and shit. Your mom was like hitting that shit off.
No. It's like different colored ones. Taking it back.
Like, yeah, get your mama high on sativa so she can go outside and water the grass.
No, her thing is drinking.
Beer and tarot.
He does that all the time on his channel. Hi, Georgie.
What do I do?
Drink
Oh,
and tarot.
yeah, every once in a while I'll drink and do tarot. Or else tell ghost stories. Get drunk and tell ghost stories.
And my Daisy's still here, guys. She just likes to make celebrity appearances once in a while.
She's all hiding in the corner and shit. Being the narrator of the story. You just hear the voice.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you said a collective reading? What's that?
That's for anyone in general that the cards resonate with.
Okay, so how many times should I do it? Twice? 3?
Try 6 times.
Let me see. The first time. This is for the first group. Since the number 2 night is 4, I'm going to do 4. Well, this one, I don't think you need that many cards, but we'll see. Actually, this one has 5. The first one says, be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange of peacefulness. And this is the first card. This is the first group. I don't know. And the second one says, if you get nervous, focus on service. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. And then this one says, ear chakras. Notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers.
I didn't know we had ear chakras.
I guess we do.
Shit, you learn something new every day, then.
Mm-hmm. And the last card, last two cards. The second to the last card says, visualize success. See yourself doing well in the situation and have faith in a positive outcome. And then the last one says, manifestation, power. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. Resonate with anybody?
Nope.
Uh,
A couple of them resonated with me. I was like, yeah, service, baby, service.
Okay, let me shuffle them again.
Iris says, I'm gonna get something to snack on. Wait for me, LOL. My stomach is rumbling. Girl, go grab an avocado, cut it in half, throw some sriracha on it, and munch.
Oh my god, I don't know about sriracha.
Sprinkle some sea salt on it then.
You like sriracha?
Not a lot.
I do. It's pretty good.
I'm too weak for that.
What? You eat more chile than I do.
I know, but
All right, then you can sprinkle some el pato on it.
I don't know.
Some tapatio.
No, I do have a salsa, you guys. I ate my mom's homemade salsa.
Which is really good.
You think so?
Yes.
There's one. Oh, I think this one's for me. It says, you're profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight. For your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. That's the card.
So I guess you're throwing that out for me then?
I don't know. We'll see. It's for the second group, whoever arrives like next to. And the second one says mediumship. You have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. Maybe it is for you.
To connect with the what?
Connect with departed loved ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then the third one says indigo. The person you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural born leader.
Hmm.
And the fourth one says shield yourself. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. And the last one says heart chakra. The answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. Smells like carne asada out here.
Yeah, it smells bomb.
It smells like carne asada out here. I don't know if it's from yesterday. We did carne asada for Mother's Day.
Dang. I love carne asada.
But we just got like a bigger whiff of it.
No, somebody's grilling right now.
Yeah.
All right, Sonia, you be careful and let us know when you're back, okay?
Yes, please be careful.
Smells like tripas too. They're doing tripas.
Oh yeah.
Tripas and chicken.
This is the third group. Singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. And these cards are so pretty. And it says Archangel Raphael. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. The third one says, be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange of peacefulness.
Mm-hmm.
Cancel, clear, delete. Use only positive words and thoughts as they're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. And then the last one says release. Work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. So that's the third group. Do you really want me to do 6?
Do as much as you feel.
I'll do 2 more. I'll do 5.
That's perfect.
What is Linda showing on? My dogs like to chew on things. They love to chew on cans, so I'm like, what is she chewing on now? I hear her munching on something.
That garden smell got her hungry, huh?
I know. For the fourth group, it says you're profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye, as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. Came out in the other deck too, the heart chakra. The answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. God box. Write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container called a God box as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. And then it says release. Work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. And it says vacuum away fear. Call upon Archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, the situation, and everyone involved. One more. Maybe I'll do the 6. I don't know. I'm running out of tea. Maybe you guys are not sure. The person says they have asked for your angels to help with this. Your angels want to help you with the situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. Here's a card. The second one says solar plexus chakra. It is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. And then it says release. Work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. And it says if you get nervous, focus on service. Put your entire attention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. Singing and dancing, express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. And that's the last part. Remember the story I told you yesterday about the curve going to Calicut?
Yeah.
Daisy was the one that told me about that. The soldier that runs in front of cards.
Oh yeah.
You want to tell them?
I thought you already told me.
No. Do you want to be on it? No?
I don't know. I'm trying.
Okay. You'll just hear her. She's kind of shy.
You just told him the story?
Yeah, well, I kind of wrote it in the thing, but you can't see it anymore. So go ahead and tell the story. Because you're the one that knows about it. I just kind of summarized.
Full story, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I have a friend Crystal, and can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so my friend Crystal and her family, they live in Calapat, and they were getting back from Yuma, and it was like probably around 2 in the morning or almost 2 in the morning, and they were like coming into town, and there's like, I don't know, would you say it's a curve?
It's like one of the curves before,
Yeah.
like, what is it? The stop?
Yeah.
The rest stop. There you go.
Yeah, that's where it's at. Okay. So they're coming, and then like my friend's driving, and then like she says that she sees a man that looks like a soldier, and he's like, he looks like he's about to run across the street, basically. And she just like, he almost caused them to like get in a car accident, but I don't know, like I'm trying to remember exactly how it was, but she says that like she thought that she was gonna hit him, and she was shocked that like they didn't hit him. Like he just showed up suddenly, and then the car didn't have any kind of impact. So she's like, "Oh my god!" She tells her uncle, "Oh my god, like I'm tripping. I think I need to go to sleep." And he's like, "No, I saw him too. He was trying to run across the street, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, but then he disappeared." And then her uncle said, like, "No, that he threw himself on the street and then he started rolling across." And that was the only time they saw it. But there's a lot of incidents of car accidents in Calapat, and they always see like some kind of hitchhiker or something. So I'm pretty sure that that's what it is.
Fuck that. I'd just run over the motherfucker and be like, well, I thought it was a ghost. Shouldn't have been running across the damn fucking highway, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of running, he's over when I ran over the coyote.
Oh my god.
You ran over a coyote?
I, you know where Mulberry School is at?
Yeah.
Well, I used to work at a house through that company. My other friend that went earlier. I used to, go work out there in the middle of nowhere. And on my way over there, I was like, that little bridge that's right there by East Lake? It's like, in the, what is it, Rutherford? And anyways, I was going and I couldn't see, there's like a little dip in the, like where the bridge is at. And I couldn't see. And, I was late to work. I was going 65 in the back road. I was still kind of going the speed limit. And then out of nowhere, I just see like a coyote. And I just see like the eyes, the yellow eyes from the, from the high beam or the low beams or whatever. And I just see it and I just run it over. I was using my dad's truck. So I was like, thank goodness I was using a truck and not a car. And I ran it over. And then one of my coworkers, I was like, I don't know what I hit, but I hit something. And she's like, oh, I'll go by. And she went back to go look, and nothing was there when she went to go look. It was already long gone, and like there was nothing that came off the truck or anything. I was like, I saw like something came off of it, but when I was going, I saw like a bunch of like sparks coming when I ran it over. That was like one of those scary moments.
Shit.
From Country Life.
Yeah, I have some friends that moved back to Calpat. I like Calpat. It's all small. It kind of reminds me of Westmoreland.
Mm.
Yeah. I like the valley. I don't know why people say, I hate the valley. It's not boring. Honestly, no matter where you go, it's going to be boring unless you make it fun for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, you can take someone out to the desert where, like, we'd all have fun, but if they're a boring person, they're just going to be bored,
I'm gonna check my message really quick.
Go for it.
You remember her?
Iris says, I'm black. Yay. What did you eat, Iris?
She looks so old, huh?
So what happened? That you win the lottery? Was that the message?
Yeah, that she needs to.
So did you get your ticket taken care of?
No, not yet. I just had to check in the last time. So I'm supposed to get a letter to see when I have to go back.
Dang. And I remember when I did read your cards and told you to watch out for that.
Yeah, Georgie read my cards and was like, you're gonna celebrate, but be careful of one of these times that you celebrate. I think the first time you said celebrating to be careful. The other times I was gonna be okay. And I was like, I should have listened to Georgie.
Damn San Diego.
No, it's here.
It was here?
Yes.
Dang.
And it's funny because, like, people have known, for those cops to, like, take, like, way drunker girls home, so they can be okay and not get in trouble. But they couldn't let me, go and get somebody to get my car.
Damn.
Oh, wow. Shit happens.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one of the first times that the homie that was here right now, I read her tarot for her.
Uh-huh.
While you were telling your ghost stories, I remember the first time she hit me up. It was on Messenger to what's it called? Donate to me to do her tarot over video chat, and she was working at well, doing the same thing you do, but at that one place that she was working at before. And she's walking through the living room, and you can see dirt, like on the side of her on this side in the hallway. There's a shadow of a person sitting on the bench, in that hallway. And then she went and sat down, and I was like, "Dude, that place you're at is haunted, huh?" She says, "Oh yeah, yeah, it's really haunted." Why? I said, um, "I wish you were recording on your screen right now, because when you were walking through that hallway," I said, "there's a side hallway, like another hallway on this side that you walked by. There was a person sitting down on that bench right there." She's all, "Oh yeah, we see them on," I guess it was like on the video monitor or something like that, because they had cameras up in there.
Oh, yeah, it's like a baby monitor.
And sometimes they seen what's it called? I guess that person that she was taking care of sitting up and talking to someone that wasn't there.
I've had many patients do that, especially like when they're nearing, like like their death and whatnot.
Yeah, they're really close to dying.
Always have nightmares, or they're like talking to somebody. They start seeing family coming, and it's pretty interesting. Oh, the lady that I take care of right now, your neighbor, her place is pretty.
My neighbor?
Remember the one I told you that lives on Olive?
Oh yeah.
Her place is. I can feel stuff there. One of the times I took a picture, I was just sitting with her because I got her up, and I took a picture of the recliner, and I saw like two faces, and I was like, okay. And Daisy saw it too. Remember the picture I showed you of the recliner? And sometimes when I'm sitting at the table, like I'll be looking to my left, and sometimes in the corner of my eye, I'll see like something right there, like a shadow. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, you want to sit with me? But effort, like I remember a while back when she gets like sick, she'll be like, oh, there's something here. One of the times she was like, oh, there's a black puppy underneath you. It's underneath you. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, where is it at? I can't see it. I was like, oh no. But I've like felt stuff there in the hallway too. I'm like, But I'm like, leave me alone. I don't care.
Dang.
When I first moved into this house too, like 5-6 years ago, I remember I was like sleeping in my bed, and I was facing my closet. I remember seeing a face that had like a long face, like it was a pointy face and no mouth, but it was just like all black, and the eyes, it was kind of like zigzag, like around it. I don't know. It was kind of weird, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going back to sleep. I just turned the other way. I was like, just leave me alone. I'm cool. And one of the times too, after my grandma passed away, we were out here and we have cameras, so we heard the doorbell, and nobody was like my uncle was sitting by the doorbell, but you can clearly see that he didn't ring the doorbell, and but you can hear the doorbell, and everybody just looks at each other like, oh, who rang the doorbell? And we checked the cameras, and nobody rang the doorbell. Okay, grandma's coming and saying hi.
Yeah, that's trippy, because sometimes they knock. Like, this one time I had told my niece Angela not to answer the door if you hear knock, like 3 times. Always look out the window, you never know. Well, we're sitting here watching TV. I think it was just her and me. I think it was just her and me. And what's it called? We heard, and so I told her, don't answer the door yet. Look out the window. And so she gets up. She says, I know. And so she gets up and goes to the window and she looks and she says, "There's nobody there." And then yeah, and she's looking and she's like, "Dude, there's nobody there." And I said, "Don't answer the door then." She's all, "What the fuck? Like it's a ghost?" I said, "Yeah, they want to come in. Don't answer the door."
I remember too, one of the times I was like laying down, I was really asleep, and I just hear like my mom calling my name. And usually when she calls me, she's like, "Lisa!" I'm like, so I got open the door, and I look down the hallway, and I'm like, okay, nobody's there. And then like a couple seconds later, my mom opens the door, and she's like, "Oh, what happened?" I was like, "Were you calling me?" She was like, "No." I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm going back to sleep." I was like, "Ah." That place that I used to work at too, where my friend works at, right there too, like when somebody would pass away or is about to pass away, they always ring the doorbell. Like, it would always ring the doorbell, like no matter what.
Dang.
Uh-huh. And it's like, you don't want to hear the doorbell because you work. I used to work the night shift there, and you would hear the doorbell like just ring randomly, and like you can see it. It's like, okay, we would look through the little kitchen window, or through the other windows, and there was like nothing there. We wouldn't open the door because like when that house used to be, it has a history. The owners before, I guess the son, he like had turned it into like a trap house pretty much. He would have for reals, like they call it, like they used to call it, one of my old coworkers, she used to call it like the what was it? Like a whorehouse. So that's what she used to call it. She's like, yeah, they had many rooms and a bunch of she'll be a bunch of yahas used to come and stay over here, and then they would do this and that. Who knows what? But there's like a big transformation, and people used to go there after the first couple of years, and they would go looking for the for the son of that family. And I was like, ah. Like one of my coworkers too, she had said that before like they remodeled it, there used to be like a carport kind, and like the window you can see, there's like a window that you can see out from the carport where the dining room's at, and what's it called, that people would go knocking, like if it was their house or whatever, like they'll go knocking really hard and seeing what was going on. My coworker said that she would just talk to them through the window, okay, bye. But it was like really scary. And like that house, I had a lot of stuff happen to me. I would always feel like cold spots too. Um, one time, the Twilight in El Centro.
Yeah, it does have a few things in there. Frankie, he owns Twilight. That's a good buddy
Okay.
of mine. That's a
One
good
time I
buddy.
went there with my friend when I was like 20, 21, and we just went to go look around because, like, she's the one that stuff always follows her from house to house. And we went one time because she went to go get something and I forgot what. But I remember one time, like, I was like, I need to get out of here. I felt like I needed to throw up because of how drained I got from being in there. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, no, I just need to get out of here. Pay whatever you need to pay and let's go. But I did like going there, but like before I had gone like with no problem. But it was just like that one time and I was like, I'm not gonna go back. I don't know, what's in there. So
Yeah, that place. That place has a couple of things in there.
uh,
I've even been there by myself for a while because me and Frankie were kicking it in the back, and then he had to go do something. He told me just watch the place,
yeah.
and so he split real fast, and because he had invited me to go chill with him, so I went over there with a couple of beers just for me and him,
Uh-huh.
and then he split, and when he split, you can hear like as if there's someone in there. But I would get up and go look because you didn't hear, like, when the door opens, you hear that little, like, it's almost like your messenger notification. It'll like make a noise when someone hits you up. Well, when someone goes through through that door, you hear kind of like that noise. So I got up and went and looked, and there's nobody. So then I started looking at the monitors whenever I would hear that, and no, there's nobody. There's nobody. And so when he came back, I had told him. He's all, yeah, dude, there's some activity that goes on in here, Georgie. And I was like, sick, dude, but I don't feel like it's anything like dark or anything. It's just almost like someone comes to visit or something.
Mm-hmm. But I think like at that time, stuff used to follow my friend around a lot, and like it was always like dark stuff or whatever. So I think maybe like I followed her or something. I don't know. So like, random things always happen when I was with her or to her, and she would always like tell me. I'm like, oh, okay. But that's how I kind of came like more open to this too, because of her.
Damn.
Daisy has a couple of scary stories too.
Tell me. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us.
Well, tell us.
I can't think of any right now.
Your room
Woo.
picture.
No, that's too crazy for right now.
So what? Just say it. It'll be rad.
Just say it.
Oh, I don't even remember.
When you first moved back to your mom's.
Yeah, I know. But I can't really remember everything right now.
Do you remember it?
I have like a really bad memory.
You bought your bed from the thrift shop,
Oh,
and you thought it was the bed, but it was actually the room.
oh yeah. Okay, go ahead and tell.
Go
You
ahead.
tell the story.
It's
No,
your
you
story.
tell the story.
It's your story.
You tell the story, and if you mess up or something, I'll correct you.
Don't be shy.
I'll help you.
Okay. Well, one day, what's it called? Daisy's mom moved, somewhere here in Brawley. I'm not gonna say where, but the old homes over there by Rallies. But kinda. But
Like
over there.
cattle or so.
Catacomb homes. And what's it called? So she got her room, and we went to the thrift shop, and she got her bed, and she was like, "Oh, this bed. I'm so attracted to it." So she got it. We got her bed. We set it up, and the vibe of the room was kind of weird when we were setting it up. Huh?
Yeah.
And we are like, okay. So I just helped her finish setting it up, building it, and then later that night you messaged me, huh?
Yeah.
And later that night she messaged me, and she had taken a picture of the bed. She had fixed the bed up, put the mattresses, the pillows, and everything. And you noticed faces on the bottom, huh? Or I did, huh?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we noticed faces on the picture. I pointed out to her. I circled it because she asked me, "Hey, do you see any faces or anything on the picture?" And I was like, "Yeah, I see one like towards the bottom, and it was like a guy or something. Like he had a big old nose and he just looked weird. I don't know." And then she said that you would dream about him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she would dream about him, and like, what was it? The kids. Something about the kids.
Yeah. Basically, I was having dreams of children being murdered and being molested and raped. And they started from the moment that I slept on the bed. So I thought that maybe the bed was haunted or something. So I took a picture of it and I posted it on a Facebook group that I'm involved in. And um, basically a bunch of ladies were saying like, no, it's not the bed, it's the room. And they started saying that they were seeing like spirits and children crying like around the room. So that's why I sent Lisa the picture and asked her if she saw anything.
Dang.
I also noticed like something on the wall too, but that nobody else pointed out.
What was it? I can't remember.
I can't remember what it was. I don't know, but it kind of reminded me like of a lion or something.
Yeah.
And I remember that part, but I kind of saw like that on the wall, but on the floor, like the actual rug, it was that guy with the face, and it looked like he was holding on to like a kid or something too. And what else? Didn't you like find out like the history of the house or something?
No. Well, I don't know how true it is, but basically, one of the ladies in the psychic reading group says that there was a lot of like pedophilia going on in the house, like back in the 50s or something. That there was like some man that lived there and he was bringing like his friends over, and that basically he was letting his friends like molest his kids, and then he was like doing the same to their kids, and like all kinds of sick stuff like that was going on. So I mean, I don't know how true that is, but it would make sense. So.
And that's that's who that ghost was with the weird face.
Yeah, it was crazy because the one in the picture looked like the one from my dreams. He looked a lot like the guy from Married with Children. What's his name?
Al?
Yeah, it looked a lot like L, like an older version. Well, how he looks now, like he was like a guy with like a really long, like pointy nose, really deep set eyes. He didn't look friendly at all.
Not Al from Married with Children.
Yes.
No, Al is the coolest.
Well, I'm not saying it was him, obviously, but
No, I know. I'm just
it
joking.
resembled him a lot.
Do you still have that picture?
I could look for it. I don't.
Let me see if I can look for it.
Yeah, we'll
Hold
look for
on.
it.
Yeah, because that would
I
be
would like
cool.
to see. I would like
That-
to see if anybody else sees it.
yeah, that would be cool because
Oh,
what
look
I'm
at this
gonna
one
do
with the
is
recliner.
it's a
I
video.
found that.
It's a video compilation I'm gonna put together of all of the like video clips and pictures that people send me.
Oh yeah.
I already have one of this casino that this lady was at, and you can hear a kid screaming, but there's nobody there. They're like showing you with the camera. There's nobody there. But you hear a little kid screaming like as if a kid is right there.
I don't have a full picture.
I'm gonna try to see if I can find it.
I just have like Zoom.
Yeah. It was like a year ago. That's why.
Dang. So that's not even long ago. That's recent.
Yep.
Dang. Did you just send it to me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a look at it.
I'm gonna send you the other one of the wall.
All right.
I circled it, so.
Yeah, guys, I'll throw this in that video compilation of what's it called, different pictures and what's it called, videos that people send me. All right, I see it. It kind of that one, the first one kind of does look like a lion.
Right. I'm gonna show you the recliner one of the one that lives by your house.
Yeah. Yeah, that does kind of look trippy, like a person with a deep set eyes.
Mhm. But yeah, I was like, I don't know, like I saw a bunch of like little faces like around there. Like it was a full picture.
Is this one?
Send it to me and I'll send it to him. Linda, what are you chewing on now?
Unless she found a bone.
It almost looks like someone's sitting in the recliner.
Right? I saw like a face too, like kind of like by the like the feet, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know if I just like got the random urge to take the picture. I was like, oh, I'll take it.
Tripped out.
And her husband and her son passed away in that house.
Did her son hang himself?
No, he passed away, and her husband passed away in that house too. They were just sick.
Yeah.
Let me send you the full picture of Daisy's bed.
I don't see it. This way I don't see anything. I
No.
just saw it the way they like zoomed in. But who knows?
If anybody will see it, Georgie will see it.
Let's see.
And one of the other ladies from the group that I'm in, she said that it was the bed. She didn't see nothing with the house. She said that it was the bed and that the bed used to be from a brothel.
Oh yeah, that.
And that there was like a lot of like sexual demons on the bed and that I should get rid of it immediately. But I don't know. So you tell me what you think.
Sexual demons, they're more like, that's like succubus and incubus, you know?
Yeah.
Your dream
Which one?
that he was doing the same thing to you what he did to the kids.
Did I tell you that? I don't remember that. I don't remember that part.
Well, Daisy had told me that she had a dream too. That the thing, whatever she dreamt about, that he would like slowly but surely, like after a few days, he started doing the same things to her that he would do to the kids.
What? For real?
Apparently, I have bad memories, so I don't remember that. I mean, I do remember like him coming out in my dreams and like trying to kill me and stuff. But if I told her, then I guess yes.
Yeah, that's a trip. I'm gonna download those pictures later on and take a closer look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Angel Moon says hi. Hi, Angel Moon.
Hi.
And Iris says, George, we got a video chat and help me do tarot since I found them. So I said, well, do, Iris. And she liked what I said. Yeah, I'll show you the tarot. Yep. And it's nothing scary. It's not like the movies. I remember a few people thinking that, you know, like I was afraid to let you read my tarot cards at first because I thought something bad would happen. It's like, no, it's not like how like Hollywood or, you know, whoever else produces those type of movies. You know, it's not like the way they show it. It's just that's entertainment. It's meant to scare you, you know. It's meant to scare you. It's for entertainment.
Oh my God, she looks like she's eating a voodoo doll or something.
It's a thing of strength when you get
And this part of the show is sponsored by Cola.
Oh my god.
What happened?
She has string all up in her teeth.
She's flashing her teeth.
Oh, the dog.
Show them what she was chewing on.
She was chewing on this. It's just string. And my dad uses it around the house. But yeah, she messed it up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I remember this one time because my mom used to love telling us the stories that her parents or grandparents and different family members would tell them. Well, she told me one time it was either her mom or her Aunt Grace. It could have been her Aunt Grace and her Uncle Reuben. They were laying in the back of a truck going up towards Bakersfield to to go work up there. And back then, you could ride in the back of a truck. Yeah. And so they're laying there, and I guess they came to a crossroads, and they seen a ghost of a lady that kind of looked like Of course, it was dead, but it kind of looked wicked. Looked down at them and kind of like give them a wicked smile, and it freaked them out. And then while they were up there, they went to work and they were sleeping in a barn. And that barn was haunted. You would hear all kinds of you would hear chains moving around, stuff getting moved around. They felt a head roll across them while they were laying there on in the hay. And so yeah, after that night, they didn't stay in there anymore. But yeah, they said it was pretty morbid in there. They didn't really get any sleep because of all the noise and all the activity. And then that head rolling across them just did it for them. They're like, nah, no more, man. We gotta work.
How many people are in this chat?
I hear the train a rolling.
Yeah.
It's coming around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when.
I'm trying to think about my cousin and my aunt.
What happened?
Other my mom's.
Yeah.
My mom's there.
We're trying to think of other stuff, like things that have happened to us. Yeah, tell them your mom's.
My mom's story.
Yeah. So they tell you her mom's story.
Yeah.
Do you want to be seen for this one?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, he says that.
There's this artist from Tijuana. My friend Elliot showed me this guy. I guess they call his stage name is El Muerto from de Tijuana. And a lot of his songs he does that. So every once in a while Elliot will be on this channel with me and telling stories that paranormal stories that me and him have experienced. And every once in a while you'll hear us go, oh.
Okay, so it was about 10 years ago. My mom was a bus driver. She used to drive like the transit buses around the Imperial Valley, and she was driving like the last route at 10 o'clock, but it wasn't going to Brawley anymore. Like it stopped at like 14th and State or something like that, and there was an old lady at the bus stop. She was like a 70-year-old lady, and
Or no, Centro?
yeah, and she's like, I need to get home, but she was saying it in Spanish. And my mom was like, well, there's no more buses until the morning. And my mom was like, well, I live in Brawley, so like, let me just go clock out and I'll come back and get you. So the lady was like, okay. And my mom was like, don't go anywhere, okay? I'll be back for you. And she's like, okay, I'll be here. So my mom goes back like 10 minutes later or 15 minutes later, and the lady's not there anymore. And my mom's like, what the heck? Like, I told her to wait. So then she's like, oh, well, I guess she didn't need a ride, or maybe she like asked somebody else for a ride. So my mom's on her way home. And then when she gets to like the fairgrounds, where the fairgrounds is, she sees her right there. And it's only been like 30 minutes since she saw her at the 14th and State. And my mom's like, whoa, this lady walks like really fast. Like for her age, she walks like super fast. I can't believe it. And my mom's like, whatever. Like she's not really like, making a big one. She's not putting two and two together. So she's like, oh, okay, well, like, let me do a U-turn so I could pick her up. So, like, she drives up to the AM/PM and, like, does a U-turn and tries to go back around to pick her up. But when she gets back to, like, where the fairgrounds are, she's not there anymore. So, like, my mom's like, what the heck? Where is this lady at? Is she flying or what? So, like, finally, like, my mom finds her, like, somewhere like far in Imperial, like almost getting to Brawley. And my mom's like, oh my God, lady, you like walk so fast. And like she got into my mom's car, and my mom said that she was wearing like a t-shirt, a really long like skirt, and she had white tennis shoes. She said they were Nikes and that they were spotless, like for walking in the dirt, like they were completely spotless, like they looked brand new. But my mom was like, wow, that's odd. But like, she didn't really think anything. But she says that like, she was just asking her questions, and like that her car was like really, really cold. Like the temperature felt very, very cold, like suddenly. And the lady was saying that she needed to get home to 14th Street in Brawley, that's where her family was and her children were waiting for her. And then my mom was like, oh, okay, yeah, no worries. Like, I'll take you there. So when they drive straight into Brawley, kind of like where the Walmart is, the lady's like, okay, this is fine. Just leave me here. I'll walk the rest of the way. And my mom's like, no, 14th Street is really far. Like, I'll take you all the way home. And she's like, no, it's fine. I'll get out right here. And like, my mom's like, no, no, no. So she keeps like driving, and like, she says like throughout like the time that she was driving her, like she kept saying like, okay, this is fine, like don't take me all the way. And then finally like they got to 14th Street, and it was like kind of like the beginning of the street. And then my mom was like, okay, like tell me which house it is or whatever. And the lady was like, no, I don't want you to drive in, just leave me right here, I'll walk. And then my mom was like, no, like I'll take you. And then she turned and the lady was gone. Like she wasn't in the car anymore. Like, oh, my mom said that she actually locked the door because she kept trying to get out. And that when she turned, she was actually gone. And that's when she realized that she was a ghost. And my mom basically like drove into the street and saw like where she was going, and it was like an old abandoned house. It was like a broken down shack pretty much.
Dang,
And
tripped out.
but my mom was like so dumb, like she wasn't really like thinking of what it was. She was just like kind of freaked out by it. And the next day, like, she went and told all her coworkers about it. And they're like, oh my God, you picked up the hitchhiker. Like, I can't believe it. Like, they were just making a big old deal about it. Because, like, I think everyone around here has heard about the hitchhiker ghost, but, like, we've never really, like, seen it. And it's, I don't know. It's crazy.
Are they going to tell about the other one, about when going to Calipat?
Which one?
And when she was like running from, or was that actual person? The guy with the machete?
What?
You had told me something like that.
I can't remember that.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that
Like
either.
the details.
But yeah.
I was like, yeah, that. What else?
Dang, tripped out. We do have a lot of activity here. Yesterday, I had a friend of mine on here. He lives in Las Vegas, and he's in my witch coven, and he was talking about different things that happen here in the valley, and he was stating that the valley is a very paranormal active place.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah, I haven't.
Your old house.
Oh God,
That's
no.
your story, yeah.
There's too many stories.
It's all right. It's all right. That's what you're on here for. And don't be scared to tell them.
That's too many stories.
Well, say the scariest one that you've experienced at your old house.
Mm. Okay, so I've always been like super interested in the paranormal since I was like a little girl. Like I would always like I would always like love to hear stories about people playing with like Ouija boards, or like I would like Google them, or like I was always into that. So stop it, Lisa. So yeah, one time one of my best friends was spending the night at my house, and we're like, oh, we should make a board. So she's like, yeah, let's do it. And what's crazy is that like I just wanted to draw it out because I knew I didn't have a printer. And she's like, no, let's print it out. And I'm like, dude, that printer doesn't work. Like, there's no ink in it. It hasn't worked for like 3 years. Like, we've tried everything to make it work. And she's like, no, let's print it. Let's print it. So, like, she finds a picture of one. And, like, sure enough, it printed. And that was like the last thing that ever printed on that printer. So, it was like something really wanted us to play. And it was just me and her, like, at that house. And the whole purpose was like because there was already like paranormal things going on in the house, so we kind of like wanted to ask like who it was and what they wanted. So like we printed it out and we like glued it on a piece of cardboard, and like we were playing, and basically like I don't remember what we used. I don't know if it was a ring or what it was, but I asked, is there somebody in the house with us? And it said yes. And then I asked, what's your name? And then it said Satan 666. And then like we got scared and we threw the board, like we didn't want to play anymore. And then he's laughing. And then like we got it, and like we were asking different questions. Like we're like, let's not ask those kind of questions anymore. And then my friend's like suddenly she's like, oh my God, I have to leave. Like I have to go home. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like you can't leave me here like after we just what we just did. And she's like, no, I'm sorry, I gotta go home. And like I don't know, I was so scared because like later I read like all the rules about like playing, and we pretty much broke every rule. Like we asked the wrong questions, like we didn't say goodbye, like we did everything that we could have did wrong, we did it. So I was like so scared to be like home alone. But it was crazy because after that, like the paranormal activity in the house got worse, and like lights started like turning off and on. And what was really scary is like a few days later, um, I was in the restroom and there was like a scratching sound on the door, and I was like, "Who the heck is scratching the door?" Like I thought somebody was trying to scare me, and everybody was like, "No, like we weren't scratching the door." And then like there was actually like really deep scratch marks on the door.
Dang. And where was this house at since you don't live there anymore?
It's on Parkside.
Here in Brawley?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if you want to know the address of it.
Yeah, yeah. Because maybe if it's empty or anything, maybe I'll be able to go to it. Or if
Mhm.
people live there and I know who they are since it's Brawley, maybe they'll let me investigate.
Yeah, it's 1059 Walnut Street.
All
All
right.
I know, all I know is that like there has been. I think the house is on the market right now. The last time I checked, it was available, and I know that there's been about 5 owners since we've moved out, and people just they don't stay. They keep selling the house. So I know why they're selling the house because there was like so much going on. But like basically what I didn't say was like that there was like shadow people in the house. Like when we moved in, like I would see a man walking across like through walls and whatnot. But it wasn't like anything scary. It was just like he was just minding his own business, you know? So like yeah, we would see like this man or whatever in the house, but he wasn't really bothering us. But yeah, I just wanted to like get some more information.
Tripped out. Yeah, that's sick. I've had a few people tell me, like when I'm out and about, tell me about like their pad being haunted and stuff. But alas, like, can I go and investigate and like see what it is and stuff? And at first they're all, yeah, that it'd be cool, thanks. And then when I hit them up, later on, they're like, oh no, it's all right. I guess they see too many movies on Ghost and they get all freaked out and stuff, and they don't want no one to investigate or try to make it leave or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess what happens, cause they're like the pretty new houses. We were like the first people to live in that house, so we know nobody died in the house. But I guess that whole lot was like, it's by the cemetery, so I'm guessing that that's where all because, I had a friend that lived in like that same houses, and they also said that they had ghosts in their house too. So I think it's just the area.
Yeah, I have a buddy that lives kind of by there, and I was telling him how like because they had a half stack in one of their rooms, like an amplifier to play your guitar out of or whatever.
Yeah.
And I told him, sometimes if you leave them on, they act like receivers, and you'll hear people talking or someone trying to talk to you. He says, no. I said, yeah, and I said, and your place is haunted. So maybe we should, turn it on and see what we hear. And so yeah, he turns it on, and what's it called? He puts a really cheap microphone, connected to that half stack, and left the half stack on. And sure enough, like about 2 hours later, because we were just in there shooting the shit, basically just eating popcorn and just talking, talking about music, talking about all kinds of different things. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you hear, hey. And I look at him and I said, dude. He says, no, no, maybe it's someone on the CB or something, like a trucker or someone nearby, like at work, talking through their walkie talkie or something. I said, dude, okay, if it's a walkie talkie, they're going to have a whole conversation. And what's it called? They're not going to be like trying to get our attention. It's just going to be someone talking, yeah. And
Yeah.
no, it was someone talking, and I said, can you hear us? And I said, yeah. And I said, what do you want? And it says, hey, how's it going? But it wouldn't speak in like full sentences. It was just, little things here and there. And that guy kind of got freaked out and turned his half stack off. He's all, no, dude, no more, man. Yeah, man. And then later on, you heard like someone tap on the cymbal from one of, because they had a drum set in there and everything. And you heard someone tap on the cymbal, and nobody was in there but me and him. What happened?
The dog is just being bad.
Oh.
This is her. She ran to Daisy because she didn't want to get in trouble.
Nina Daisy.
Yeah, man. Fucking then here on this street, I remember I set up my tent right here in the front yard. And me and a friend were chilling in it, hotboxing it. And before we even started hotboxing it, we heard like someone was walking right here in the street and then stops. And so I look out the tent and nobody's there. And so I zip the tent back up and I'm telling my friend, hey, um, don't be scared, but a lot of stuff happens here on this street like that. And they're all like, oh, okay. And so we're just chilling and talking. And they're rolling a blunt. And all of a sudden you see like it's a shadow start continuing walking where you heard it stop right here in the front gate. And you see the shadow like they're walking away. And then they told me, dude, look outside. So I unbuckled where the window for the tent was, and we look, and there's nobody there. Yeah, and they're like, dude, that was so sick. And I said, that's nothing, man. That's nothing. But yeah, you do see things and hear things here a lot, man. And not just my house. My house does have a few things in it. But you know, even just a block alone, like there's this guy they would call Canela that lived over here, and he was telling me one time because me and him were telling each other ghost stories, and he told me that he was walking down over here almost by the old clinic, and he got to the what's it called to where the parking lot is, and he sees this guy, and he says, "Hey, buenos dias," and what's it called? Canela says, "It's nighttime, dude." And he just kept walking, and then he turns around and looks to like, because he thought it was weird, and the guy wasn't there anymore. And then later on, he sees in the newspaper that guy's obituary, and what's it called? He got stabbed at the park right here. And I was like, no. He says, yeah, that he's seen that guy. And he says he always thought it was weird that that guy said, "Hey, buenos dias," and he thought the dude was just joking around, and he's like, "Dude, it's nighttime." Yay, Sonia's back. But yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff here. Deadpool Kid 13 says it's literally 1 o'clock. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's 12. Ooh, it's the first witching hour supposedly. To me, the witching hour is 3 a.m. But there's a lot of people that say oh it's midnight, but it's midnight right now here. And Deadpool says I don't know what I'm doing here. It's because you were called to the channel. The channel was calling you. We're telling ghost stories, dude. I'm gonna bring you guys back inside and tell one more ghost story.
Okay, I tell you about my first time I got my cards read.
Yeah, tell me.
So let me switch this way. The first time I got my cards read ever, I went with this lady. You know the one that's on B Street?
That's on what?
On B Street?
Oh, there's one on B Street?
Yeah. I'll tell you about her later.
No,
But
say
anyway,
it.
um, what's it called? So she's an older lady, and she does like, she reads cards and she sells like things to do like cleanses and whatnot. And one day, my friend was like, "Hey, there's this lady," because he knew I was interested in the tarot. So he's like, "Oh, there's this lady that she reads cards. You want to go see her?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go see her." And so he made an appointment for both of us. And my other friend, the one that she was always something always follows her. And what's the call? So we went, and then when it was my turn, um, like you can tell she was kind of like weirded out or something, cause out of nowhere we just like smell like flowers, and when I smell those flowers, I envision like a field of purple flowers. I don't know if they were lilac or lavender, but they were purple. And her eyes, they just bulged out of her like eye, like she was just like, oh shit, like why is this going on right now? And I was like, oh, what's that smell? Where's it coming from? It smells good. And she didn't know what to respond to me. And I was like, okay, you don't know? I'm like, oh. And then she's like, oh, it's probably this right here. And it was like a little thing of like full of potpourri. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, sure. And I was like, that's always been like something I always thought about, because like I thought it was so weird. Because like other times I've gotten my cards read, or done my own cards, I never smelled anything else like that before. Like besides that, and I thought it was like super weird.
There's probably a ghost in her house that smelled like that.
And what's funny is that like she seen me like a couple years later at the friend from Calexico at her aunt's house. Um, and they were doing Easter over there, so I had gone to go visit them, and because I used to visit her mom all the time. And the aunts, they talked to this lady that lives here in B Street, and she saw me. I had my pit bull with me too, because I had to take her everywhere with me because my parents didn't want to take care of her. They're like, you're gonna take care of that thing. So, Anyway, so I had my dog with me, and she was like, oh, that's a nice dog, and da da da. And, it was a precious dog, but in Spanish. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then out of nowhere, she goes, okay, I gotta go. And she gets up and she leaves. And, like, I don't know, like, if she was scared of me or something. I just thought it was so funny. I was like, okay. And she like acts like she never knew me or whatever. Like she'll see me at the store sometimes, and she acts like she doesn't know me. But when she talks to the family from over there from Calexico, she always asks, "Oh, how's your friend doing?" and da da da. So I'm like, "Why do you act like you don't know me?"
She had mental problems.
Yeah. So I always thought like that was pretty funny. I was like, okay.
Phantom Punk says, sup, Night Sky, sup, everyone. What's up, Phantom Punk?
Hi.
All right. There's this one time, one of my sisters had this boyfriend, and sometimes she would work at night, and he would stay here with me once in a while because he was working at I think he was one of those RVNs, the nurses that go work at like the convalescent homes and stuff.
LVN.
Yeah, LVNs. And what's it called? We were chilling here in the living room, and we were gonna go to sleep. And he was laying on the couch that was over here on this side of the room, of the living room, and I was laying on the floor. And he was telling me about, different stuff that he had experienced, because where he was from, I guess, like there's like witch doctors, there's a bunch of like ghost stuff that happens there, and I started telling him about this house, and I told him about the apartment he was living in. I said, "You guys have a ghost there, dude." He's like, "How did you know?" And I said, "Well, the last time I was there, I was kicking it with your brother, and the room that's close to the living room." I said, "That door that's in the living room opened by itself, and it was closed." And he said, "Yeah, it opens by itself like that." And I said, "Well," I said, "that's basically all that happened, but there is someone that lives here." I said, it's a ghost." I said, "But here at this house," I said, "there's a lot of activity." And I said, "You'll hear like in the kitchen." I said, "Watch, because we're in here and we're talking about that. Um, I said, you're gonna hear some stuff and we'll trip out." I said, "We just have to be quiet for a while, like we're asleep, and then what's it called? It'll start acting up." And so we stayed quiet for, it was like for about 10, 20 minutes. We were just quiet. And what's it called? He had his eyes open, I had my eyes open and shit. And then all of a sudden you start hearing, like, those cans that come with what's it called? They come with popcorn.
Hmm.
All right. The ones that have like caramel, cheese, the butter
Yeah.
popcorn.
With the like different prints on it, the Christmas prints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, you start hearing like someone's tapping on it, like,
Uh,
and it's not like, a pattern, like, it's like random tapping. Yeah. And I look at him and he looks at me and he's like, all like excited and stuff. And I was all, telling him like, shh, don't say anything, just let's see what it does. And so you hear it getting dragged right here, like close to the opening of the kitchen. And what's it called? So we look, and I look at him, and I was like, "It's right there." And he's all, "Yeah, yeah." Instead of being all scared, he was all like excited. And then what's it called? You hear the tapping again. And I whispered to him, "Watch, check this out." And so I said, "Hey, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to sleep." And so what's it called? It stops for a little while, and I told him, "Yeah, dude, if like you tell it like to shut up and go away, it might. But at the same time, if you stay quiet for a while and it thinks you're asleep, it'll start up again." And so he says, "Well, let's see what it does. Let's see what it does." And I said, "All right." And so what's it called? We're just chilling here still, and the can is still right there at the edge of the kitchen. And all of a sudden you hear like the can gets tipped over, bam, and then it starts rolling back and forth and back and forth. And
they wanted popcorn.
yeah, I wanted popcorn. And he started laughing, man. He started laughing. I was like, "No, don't laugh. It'll stop." And yeah, it stopped for a while. And what's it called? The can was just like in the kitchen. And what's it called? After we were quiet for a little bit, because we started talking again, and we were quiet for a little bit, like waiting to see what would happen. All of a sudden you hear like as if someone starts walking barefooted, and like, how like and other people that lived here would hear that if they slept in the living room. Like when you get out of the shower and your feet are still wet and you walk on the tile,
Yeah.
it sounded like that. And like it was walking from the kitchen into the living room, and sometimes it walks through the hallway and then it'll stop. You won't hear it anymore. Or sometimes it'll walk right up to you and you don't see anything, you know? And yeah, it started walking up to the living room, into the living room, and then it stopped. And then I just started laughing, and he's, oh no, don't laugh. You told me not to laugh. You can't laugh. And
He's
yeah.
like, I want more.
Nicolina Renak says, may I have a card pull? If you donate to our channel, we'll go ahead and do you a personal reading, but unless you have to subscribe to our channel and then you have to donate, and then we'll give you a reading. The way to donate is you go to our front page, and up at the top, where the big banner is, you'll see the different icons for Instagram, Facebook, and then right next to that is PayPal. Click on that PayPal icon and give us a donation. And after we see that you've given the donation, let us know you gave us the donation, and we'll do you a reading, okay? But for right now, we're telling ghost stories, man. But if you want a tarot reading, you have to donate. And Punk Phantom says, one time I thought I saw an action figure sized dark silhouette dancing on my table after just waking up. I don't know if my eyes were still adjusting or whatnot, but man, I ran out of my room so fast. Even jumped the dog fence like an athlete. That's funny. Yeah, we've experienced a lot here. A lot. One time, my cousin Jackie and this guy she was seeing at the time were here, and we were sitting outside for a while talking, and I told her boyfriend about like stuff that happens here. He's like, nah. And I said, yeah, dude. And Jackie was telling him, like, yeah, dude, like that's why I like staying here and sleeping in Georgie's room. She says I get to experience a lot of things, and I told him, dude, and it's not just my room, dude. It's the yard, the house, and the backyard. I said, and in the street, a bunch of stuff happens up and down this street. I said, and a few people that I know that live on this block even say, that they've experienced activity in their pad. I said, it's just the place, dude. And he's like, yeah. I said, yeah, dude. I said, watch. I said, go to my room and lay on the bed, and but close the door though, and go and lay on my bed and just chill for a while. I said, and you'll see, like as if it's a dark figure, go by, almost like a shadow that you could see through, go by, and then go out the wall on this side of the room. And he's all, man, if I laid there and nothing happens, I'm gonna tell you. I said, yeah, just tell me, dude. So he goes into my room and he's laying there, and like about a half hour goes by, and my cousin Jackie's all, maybe he fell asleep or something. I was like, I don't know, we'll see. And then you hear boom, 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 like someone like trying to get up all fast and like trying to like get, a hold of the wall and stuff. And then he comes out and he says, dude, I thought you were just joking with me. I actually seen that dark figure go by. So what it looked like? And he says, it looks like a shadow kind of. And he says, it kind of looks like a dude, but like it's a shadow, and it went by and it went out that wall over there. Like it went outside or something. And I was like, I told you, dude. And you're on, yeah. Yeah, man. And I have tons of stories too. It's just I try to like not say so much, just so like every time I come out I can tell a few of them. But there's tons of stories, man. Tons of stories. Let me see. Phantom Punk says the house I grew up in was similar. my room in particular. Never saw anything ghost, but I felt the worst feelings in that room. Couldn't sleep in that room before I was born. My cousin was the same. He couldn't sleep in there either. Maybe something wicked happened in that room. But yeah, one time it was my mom's sister, my aunt Terry was visiting, and what's it called? My cousins were here, her kids, and they were outside talking. It was my mom, my aunt Terry's daughter, and then her oldest son, and then me and her other son were sitting here in the living room talking, and what's it called? The door was open, and we're just sitting in here talking, and I was telling him about stuff that happened here, and he was telling me about when they lived in Modesto on Roselawn, about that place, and I told him, yeah, dude, I said something that was in your guys' garden would always call me. It would say my name, and I would look, but there's nobody there. And he said, yeah, that the guy his mom was with at the time when they lived there would say the same thing, and he would tell them not to go out to the garden by themselves, you know. And so we're just here talking, and what's it called? All of a sudden, you see like this figure of a person that's made of light run by real fast, but so fast that there was some papers. We had a what's it called? Kind of like a nightstand type of table right here,
Mm-hmm.
and what's it called? My parents had like the light bill, the phone bill, all their bills right here.
It was
Well,
that table that they put everything on.
yeah,
Uh,
and when that thing went by real fast, you could hear it, you could see it, and the papers got scattered right here in the living room, and it ran out. And my cousin got scared. He ran outside and he told his mom what happened and stuff. And what's it called? She came in here and she asked me, like, if I seen it, if he was telling the truth, or is he just being stupid and stuff. And I said, no, that actually happened. That we thought you guys seen it because they were sitting outside on the porch, where I was sitting at right now. And you would think they would have seen it ran out, but no, they didn't see it. And what's it called? This was daytime. This was during the daytime. It wasn't nighttime. This was during the daytime. Like, some people think this stuff just happens at night, and I'm telling you guys, no.
no,
If a
it
place
doesn't.
is, if a place is active, it's active. It's gonna do what it wants when it wants. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think, like, I felt stuff during the day too. When I used to work at that trucking school.
What happened? What happened?
That's the part when my friend, she felt like the cologne. Well, like she couldn't move and she was just froze, and that's when there was like a strong sense like of cologne and cigars, and that's when I used to work over there at a trucking school on 4th Street in El Central. It's a hairdresser place now, but you can like feel like different things. But it's also because they would follow my friend too.
She's a magnet.
Yes.
You should introduce me to her, so when me and my group of friends go ghost hunting, I could hit her up and be like, "Hey, we're gonna go ghost hunting since you're a magnet, dude. We'll go pick you up and take you."
She'll probably be like, hell no. Huh? Hey, Daisy wants to go.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining the channel. That was fun, and then it was cool to see you take over while I was reading our homies' cards.
No problem. No, but she was saying she wants to go to the ghost hunting stuff.
Oh, I thought she wanted to go, like, leave.
Well, we're gonna probably leave in a bit, but yeah. But she said she's down to go too.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I usually like to take someone that's really scared of that stuff because it's like their bait,
We should take my other friend.
Bait, Luisa.
Huh?
You're gonna be the bait.
I don't know about that.
Who's so scared?
Huh?
Who would be so scared that we can take?
The friend that her apartment's, there's something there.
Imagine your cousin.
Which one? Oh. Okay.
Like a buffet for them.
One of the times we went to San Diego, and my cousin from Mexicali, she went with us, and we were going down the long way because there was a fire. So we ended up going the long way, the one that ends out over there by Borrego Springs.
Oh yeah, I love that place.
So
It's
me and
it's way haunted out there.
So me and Daisy were like, imagine this. We were just making up scenarios. So imagine if somebody pulls up right here and they did this, or imagine if somebody was on the side of the road, or something popped up. And my cousin was like, oh, she was like, oh, Dios Santo, and da-da-da. She's like, oh my God, just praying. Like, oh, this is so scary. Don't be saying that stuff. Oh my goodness. She would be a perfect candidate. Yeah. I think stuff used to happen over there at her house too, but I don't know her stories.
You have to hit her up and see if she's willing to come on here.
She only talks Spanish, so I don't know.
You can be the translator.
I'm not good at translating. I get.
You're just gonna say whatever.
Yeah.
Paraphrase.
This is what she should be saying.
Yeah, this is what she means. Oh man. Like, what else? Like, what else do I have? Like,
I've always wanted to go to that glowing.
oh, the tombstone in Imperial.
Oh, it doesn't glow. What happens is there's a
The
light.
reflection of the moon from the
Yeah,
light tower.
sometimes it's the reflection of the moon, and sometimes it's the light across the street from it this way that reflects off of it. Because I used to live by there. I lived on Larson, and I would go to that cemetery a lot by myself. Especially like
I used to go.
I moved out on Larson a little bit after my dad died, just to get away from everything. And it was my buddy that lived there, two of my buddies, and what's it called? Even that place was haunted. I told them like the first night I stayed there, I got up in the middle of the night to go take a piss, and I seen some lady laying on the floor in front of that room that was next to the restroom. And I said, and she was dead. I said, but she was a ghost and she didn't know like what was going on. And so what's it called? I let her know like, hey, you're dead. That's what's going on. And I told, the person that was living there along with his son, which, both of them were my friends. I said, I didn't mean to be mean to her. I said, it's just, I had to let her know, well, you're dead. That's what's going on. She's just laying on the floor and wondering like what's going on, why am I here and stuff like that. And so I went into the restroom to take a leak, and then when I came back out, she wasn't there anymore. And what's it called? My friend's dad, he'd said, well, bro, you seen the lady that died of a heart attack right there. I was like, oh, dude, you knew who she was? He says, no, that's what happened before we moved in here. The owner of the house said that this lady had died right there in front of that door of a heart attack, and she was already an elderly lady.
The curl up and dye hair salon. You know how it's like a little dome, like it's like a weird dome next to like the city hall. Here in
Oh,
Pearland.
okay.
My friend used to live like 2 houses over. Like nobody lives there right now, and that was the house that was like really like with a lot of activity. But she had said too that dome, that curl up and dye where they're at now, that somebody had died there and he wasn't found for like a week or so, and that when they found him, he was like really bloated and slimy, and like was like just falling off his bones.
Decomposing already.
Yeah, I was like, dang. That place for sure is haunted.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like I would want to be by myself sometimes when I lived out there on Larson, and see Larson. You'll see, and right before you get to the old cemetery, it's Larson. You go
Uh-huh.
across the tracks, and then what's it called? Right when you go across the tracks, it used to be the house right there. It had a tall wooden fence. That's where I was living. And then you go, you pass the curb and you're going straight, and that's where the cemetery is on this side.
Uh-huh.
So I would walk over there because it was walking distance, and I would stay there by myself for a long time, like 3-4 hours by myself at night. Yeah. And I would experience a lot of things there, but
We'll see it now.
what was
Bailey says, "Let's go right now."
that? I haven't been there for years, but I'm down to go pretty soon, man. But yeah, I used to experience a lot of things there, and what's it called? The main reason why I went over there, not only to just be by myself for a while, I wanted to see if that tombstone glowed, and no, it didn't glow. It's just it's a reflection of the moon, and then sometimes it's a reflection of the lights that are across the street from it.
And they say that it was like the water tower that was nearby too.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
there's a water tower that's across kind of diagonally across the street from it.
Yeah. I would go a couple times with my friends. With Kathy. Well, Kathy is the one that like everything's attached to her that follows her, and then like a different other friend, and we would always just randomly go, and we would just like pass by like all the time, and but Kathy would always be the one to see stuff, and we would just be like, oh, okay, there's the glowing tombstone, and okay. But I remember one time we went during the day, and we would see um too many flies, on that one tree right by the entrance. We're like, okay, that's like really weird. And like my friend was starting to freak out. She's like, that's not good, and da da da. I'm like, wow, oh wow. It is a cemetery.
Yeah, that's a eucalyptus tree that was right there, I think.
Yeah. And it was full like of horse flies.
Dang.
Aloe vera plant.
Huh?
She's eating your mom's aloe vera plant.
Uh-huh. Be right back.
You hear all those crunching sounds?
Well, at least its stomach won't feel bad. It's aloe vera.
Oh, doesn't that hurt her mouth?
Girl, she eats cans.
Ugh.
But she doesn't eat them. She chews them up really finely. And she'll leave the cans like in little tiny pieces.
Imagine if you guys had a nopal plant. Do you guys have a nopal?
We used to. I don't know. We still do.
She probably tore it up, huh? Oh, no.
Bad girl. Bad girl. She's just looking at me like, I didn't do nothing. But yeah, we used to like drive by there just to see. But we would never get down. I was like, okay, we come all the way over here.
I've never been able to see
just to just to drive by.
Didn't we try to go and we couldn't find it?
One of the times.
Yeah.
It was before we went. But I went with them.
Yeah, I've never been able to find it.
It's easy to find those. It's probably because you guys were on a different road.
I might just know you could have turned Cheval Farms or the next road. Well, I guess this is where we're gonna go.
Yeah, we should go ahead and sign off.
Yeah, it's getting cooler out here, so I'm gonna be coughing more.
Well, thank you guys for coming out on our show and sharing your stories and doing some readings that you guys did, man.
No problem. Let's see when we do it again.
Yeah, for real. And then also hit up your friends to see if they, still want me to do that stuff for them. I know they do. It's just, just to let them know that it's still okay to hit me up,
Yeah, I'll tell them for sure.
Yeah. And I'd like to thank all of you guys that joined in and came into the chat room and started interacting with us, and thank Phantom Punk for sharing his stories with us that I got to read out to everyone. You guys take care. And if you're new to the channel, stomp on that like button, smash that little subscribe button, and pimp slap that bell notification icon. And if you can, donate to our channel. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys that has blessed us with donations to our channel. Much love to you guys. Much love. And you guys take care and have a fun night, man. This is Georgie Porgy with Night Sky Ministries Tarot Reading, signing out. So peace out and check you laters.